103 GBF, the River City Rocker, Redeemer of Souls. That is the title track from the latest album by Judas Priest. Of course, they're coming to town for a 103 GBF Damn Loud Rock Show Wednesday, October 22nd at the Ford Center. And I am very honored to have on the phone with me this afternoon the one and only metal god himself, Judas Priest frontman Rob Halford. Sir, how are you?
Hello, Mike. I'm doing good, buddy. Nice to speak with you. Hi, everybody at GBF Land. It's good to be connecting and to talk about everything that's going on with the Priest world right now.
Absolutely. Congratulations, first of all, on the success of the new album, Redeemer of Souls. It debuted in Billboard's top 10 when it came out. When you guys were in like post-production for the album, was the feeling like, wow, we really have something here? I mean, what was the feeling before the album was put out?
Well, you know, we were so excited and thrilled to be able to get ready to present another new collection of brand new metal songs to our hardcore, wonderful, wonderful heavy metal fans around the world. And as the tracks were coming together, yeah, naturally you get the buzz, you get the feel. You've been doing this for so long that you can sense that something strong is happening. And as we were going through the final closing sequences of the writing sessions, Glenn and Richie and myself just kept looking at each other, going, "Man, you know, this is a really going to be another really good moment for Priest." So we were very, very excited as we led up to the release sequence, and then of course our fans did us proud by going out and getting the record and putting it in that top 10 position on the Billboard charts in America, a country that's been so wonderfully solid and supportive to Priest over the decades. It was a fantastic moment, Mike.
This is the first Judas Priest album since 2008, and the first album without K.K. Downing in the band. The new guitarist, along with Glenn, is Richie Faulkner. Where did Richie come from, by the way?
Well, you know, Richie was just, I guess, waiting in the wings, as they say. KK chose the moment to retire, and we wished him well. And of course, KK's position in Priest is obviously a legacy. He's with us everywhere we go with the songs that we play, especially. But he retired just prior to the Epitaph tour kicking off, and we were all ready to go, Mike. We had the tour booked, we had the venues booked, and so on and so forth. So it was a little bit of a dramatic moment, to say the least. We have a background of people behind the scenes that have been working with Priest for many, many years, and Richie was suggested out of a number of really extraordinary talented players that we also looked at. But as soon as we connected with Richie, we felt, yeah, this is the man, this is the guy that's going to be on that side of the stage. And he came on board for that Epitaph tour, which is a great opportunity for Richie to introduce his extraordinary talents to our wonderful fans all over the world. We went around the world almost twice, and Richie was able to kind of deliver the goods, as we say, from one of our Priest songs. So the bond was created, and when we came off that tour, we took a short break, and then of course went into writing and production for Redeemer of Souls. So out of what could have been a really difficult situation, it was like the metal phoenix rising all over again, Mike. It was a wonderful moment for Priest and for metal.
We are talking to Rob Halford, arguably one of the best rock vocalists of all time, certainly one of the greatest voices in the genre of metal. And we're talking about Richie Faulkner, the newest member of Judas Priest. I'm guessing Richie also brought a lot of riffs and writing to the table for the new album.
Yeah, that's what you hope when you bring in new talent. It's like, you know, think about some of the great players in the different sports franchises throughout Indiana, Indianapolis, and all those places around America where you change a team player for whatever reason, and you really hope that something is going to change, a dynamic is going to change, something's going to really kind of take off in a different dimension, and that's definitely what Richie did. We didn't know that this was going to take place. We just heard him as a player initially, but to see his extraordinary input, not only from the stage, but in the writing sessions, which are crucial to any band, and then carrying it out onto the full recording procedure was tremendous, and it was just a win-win for everybody.
Well, the album is tremendous. Redeemer of Souls. If you haven't picked it up already, you need to, because it appeals to not only lifelong Judas Priest fans like myself, but also the new crop of heavy metal kids that are coming onto the scene. And of course, Judas Priest on tour in support of that album, coming to the Ford Center here in Evansville Wednesday, October 22nd. Rob, on the tour, which I guess you guys are in pre-production for right now. What can we expect in terms of vintage Priest material and the mix of songs from the new album?
It's a great opportunity to show our fans, as we walk out on stage at the Ford Center, that we're going to give you another display of some of the significant moments that we've been making in metal for 4 decades now, Mike. It's just amazing when we consider the incredible journey that we've been on in our metal world together. So, yeah, we've got to do Breaking the Law. We've got to do Living After Midnight. We've got to do those wonderful songs that for a lot of us take us back into a time machine kind of an effect. And equally, I think the material from all of these different times in your life as a metal player are still valid and important when you put a set list together. So that's what we're doing right now, Mike. During these days that we're spending all together as a band over here in the UK, stage sets are being designed, costumes are being designed, all of the different dramatic things that happen on stage at a pre-show. All of that stuff is roaring at the moment, Mike, and we're doing everything we can, again, to put on one of the best pre-shows we can for our fans when we come over to see you playing live soon at the Ford Center.
I'll tell you what, Rob, the first time I saw you play in Evansville, you opened for Judas Priest. I believe Accept was on the bill as well, probably the Hellbent for Leather tour.
Wow, that's amazing, Mike. That does my heart good to know that you've been with us for so long.
Oh, yeah.
It's just really extraordinary. There are very few British metal bands that have had the opportunity, like Priest has, to go through the great nation of America. We've always said when we come to booking these tours, it is very challenging because we want to try and see everybody in the time that we've got. This is our first leg, and hopefully there'll be a second leg next year. But Priest is a metal band. But in the early days, we would come over to America and we'd park ourselves there, man, and we would play every place we could find. We would come over and play 2, 3, 4 months non-stop before we would come back and hang out and recover a little bit back in the UK. So when we think about America, we're going from all the 4 corners of the great nation, whether it's around New York East Coast or all the way over to Seattle, down through San Diego, and all the way over to the right down in Miami. And every place in between, you've got these extraordinary, incredibly supportive Priest metal fans all over America that we can't wait to come back and see again.
Again, the Judas Priest Redeemer of Souls tour coming to Evansville Wednesday, October 22nd at the Ford Center. Special guest Steel Panther. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets, Ticketmaster.com, or at the Ford Center box office. And if you have not picked up the new Judas Priest album, Redeemer of Souls, you're missing out. Pick it up. Know the songs. By the time the band gets here, man, you'll be singing along with everything all night long. And Rob Halford, frontman for Judas Priest, it has been incredible for me to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time, and can't wait to see you October 22nd in Evansville. It's
a pleasure, Mark. It's been a real pleasure speaking to you, and I hope all the metalheads that have been listening to us both on the GBF have been excited and interested to get all the news about what's happening from Priest right now. And yes, come on down and see us at the Evansville at the Ford Center on October 22. It's going to be another one of those incredible metal nights to remember. It's going to be an extraordinary balance, really, between our friends in Steel Panther that are going to open the show and get the crowd rocking and roaring and sweating and hot and ready and energized for when Priest comes out. So it's definitely a show to come and bang your head to, Mike, and we look forward to seeing you there on October 22nd.
Can't wait, Rob. Thank you so much for your time today.
All right. Thanks so much, buddy. All the best. Keep the metal alive on GBF, and we'll see you soon.